Hello and welcome back to Factorio and Space Age. Between episodes I've decided that now that we're at 141, which is not a lot, but we are kind of in the vicinity here of being quite far into the productivity research thing. It's getting a little bit tiresome to queue that manually. So I'm gonna use a mod for that called auto research. So I'm gonna go ahead and disable all the research here to start with. And we need to go through these one by one. We want asteroid productivity. We don't want artillery shell damage, range, shooting speed, electric weapon damage, follower robot count, health. Laser weapon damage, I think we can queue those manually if we want to. Probably want low density productivity. We want mining productivity. Plastic bar productivity, processing unit productivity, research productivity probably. Scrap recycling, steel plate, worker robot speed. So we're gonna start here and we'll see how it goes. I can manually, I think, override this, right? Yes. It's just gonna keep queuing things for me. If I'm not doing anything, which is gonna be a little bit of a less maintenance for me, if that makes any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 5. So, oops, I need to make some room here. I think it's time that we switch over Nauvis to not nuclear power anymore. So I'd like to try and design something with fusion power. It would be a great, like, hassle removed if we can have fusion power here. Mostly through the fact that I can just move it a lot easier. Okay. We do have this design, which is about 900 megawatts. How much is this? This is 480, right? Yeah, this is 480. So it's about the equivalent of 2 of these without legendary. I wanted to do 4. Didn't we do 4 somewhere? No, I just plopped these down. Like this, because I was lazy. And I don't think this uses 4 either. This just uses the same design. Okay, and yeah, this is not working. This ship needs a serious redesign. Like, actually. Because this here is not working. Okay, that's another headache that I don't really want to deal with. But like this really needs a redesign. See if we can clean this out. Oh, that still needs to go in there, right? Don't need that. Removing that. Okay, and then we have no components because of reasons. Well, I can send these things down, right? Yeah, okay, we're sending this to Nauvis and waiting there. This needs a redesign. We'll do that some other time, and then we'll see what we can figure out. So this is 900. How can we do this? Can we fit this? Could fit it here, but I mean we're talking maybe 2 of these. Okay. We do I want to see if we can do something slightly different here. So I'm just gonna... No. Whatever, dude. We are removing these. Okay, so the most important thing that we can do here is either change this design. We could probably do something like this. But I don't know. This is neighborhood bonus. How much? Is it 100% still? This is 900, right? So this is 100, 200, 300. That's 900, yeah. It's 100% neighborhood bonus. If I look into where the hell the fusion reactor is. Yes, it's 100 neighborhood bonus. Okay. So if we do this, for example, this would be 300, 600, 1200 there, right? And then this one would be 500, so it would be 1700. And 1700, that would be 34, right? Yes, it's gonna be 34 of these. And this one in the middle is gonna be 500. So this would need... This would need 10, at least. Can't do that, because that's gonna block that. Could do something like this. This one is also just 3. Could do something like this. This should be... 250, right? 100, 200, 250. This should be the same. Right, the problem with this is we're not gonna get anything out of that. So, how are we doing this then? I really dislike this design. Okay, what if we do... What if we do this instead? What if we do this? This is gonna be 6 times 3, right? This is 300, this is 300, 300, 300. So it's 300 times 6, which is 1.8, right? And all of these could get fuel from the inside, right? Now I messed that up. So... we do something like this. So this one is only gonna be 300, right? So this should be able to cover that. We do that. We'll need... probably need something like... this is 5, so that's not exactly it. Could do this. That's probably gonna work. Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. It's gonna be 300 megawatts per side. That's probably gonna be working. Maybe. Okay. So how do we fit this in here? That's not great. Let's see if we can do this. That's 32. So 14. 14, that's gonna be the middle of that. And that's aligned with this. So I'm gonna try. And align this somehow. Can we take this? Put that there, thank you. So I think this is probably where we go, right? Oh, that looks pretty correct to me. Okay, and then we kill that off. Now the interesting kind of part comes in, right? So I don't know how much fluid this is gonna actually make. But I'm gonna have to see if we can get all of the fluid out here. We'll do that. And we'll go around here. Yep, that's probably it. Cool. And then the same is gonna apply on the other side, right? And then we can do a thing here. This is unfortunately... Let's see if we can do... We need this. I think we're directly doing that, actually. And I think we're doing one on each side. And then I think we're doing one there, one there, one there. That's pretty neat design. I'm sure it could be more space efficient or something, but I'm fairly happy with this. This is also completely unnecessary, but we can do this, right? We'll get some lamps in here. Light it up, kinda. Okay, so you're gonna do 4 per second. And you definitely need to do way more than that. That's a bit too much, I think. Although I don't really care, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously this is not great because we have 2 separate systems here for fluid. We could do this. Just to balance it out. So then they're gonna feed from both sides. We don't really need to care. Then we do the thing where we have to kickstart the thing. I'd really like that to be anywhere. We'll do that. How much? I don't know if 50 is enough. Get that. Let's get 100. And there. Remove that. We'll put that there. That's fine. This is gonna be feeding this side of the reactor a little bit more, right? all of this is actually doing their thing. I don't know if this is gonna get priority or not. I don't feel like it is. I think they're just sharing the... This is 36. Is that enough? Should be. It's 300 times 6. Yeah, it should be 36. Doing 300 megawatts. Okay. So... Can we isolate this first? Let's see that this is like genuinely working first before I do something stupid. Okay. And this here is fine. This is completely isolated doing its thing. This here is also fine. I don't know if we just don't have enough things. This is running. Yeah, it is. Okay. I think this is probably fine. Probably. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that for now. Deconstruct all of that. That's gonna definitely spike our power a little bit. Yeah, I know, but we're gonna have to like reconnect this, right? So I think once we are producing anything, this is not gonna be enough at all, right? We don't really have any leftover things here either. It's fine. Cool. Okay, so that means that we have enough room now to plop science down here somewhere and keep going. Because we're gonna do red and green science first. Red and green science. It's gonna be here, right? Oh yeah, that's the leftover from what we did before. Porch. And after that, this is what we want to do. So I need to take a look at military science. If that's the correct position, it should be, yeah. So this here is pretty fine. Now what I want to start doing actually for my builds, this is getting a bit ridiculous. I always forget what input material I need somewhere. So this is gonna be iron plate, right? Yeah. Because that goes into the gears, and then this is gonna be copper plate. And this needs to be mixed. This, right? Wait, is that how we did that? I think so. Because I think this... Yeah, it eats more than a belt. So that's how we want to do that. We're gonna have to go through and look at that. This should be able to make 10k. Okay, we are missing some stuff. Why are we missing some stuff? Is it because of how slow they are? It probably is. That's fine. And also the recipe for this has changed. Really need that one. So the recipe for this has changed, which means that this is no longer the case. So this here, making 1200 per minute. We'll do that. Okay, and then taking the legendary beacon, doing that. This then becomes not enough science. Also, I don't really exactly like this design. Okay, I think we need to refurbish this design a little bit. We're starting from semi-scratch on this one. If we do this instead, we're gonna need let's say we need this, for example. And this goes down here. You're gonna need a hefty freaking amount, right? So I think, I don't know where we have any long inserters that are legendary, so we'll just upgrade this one. And then we'll do this. And this is gonna go on a belt in the same direction, like this. I think we just do that. This is done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. Like, I think we do that one. And that one. This is 10.6k, right? Okay, so it's not actually that bad. We're gonna change the direction here. This is what, 4? Then we'll have 5. And then this should also be 5. No. This should be 5, right? It's 4. Oh yeah, that's 9. Whatever, dude. That doesn't matter, really. If we want to be fancy, we'll just do this. So the middle one can output on whatever thing is free, right? It doesn't matter at all. And then we'll do this, but this is gonna be military science instead. We're gonna do that. So far, so good, right? So far, so good. Okay. Now, one of the problems that we have here is the fact that the base is gonna grow in this direction. We're gonna have to have these train tracks here somewhere. Okay. We'll remove this for now. Blue science is gonna be there. And right now, technically, all we probably need is these, right? Okay. So, we're gonna need to make a solid amount of walls per minute. And walls per minute is... well, it's pretty equal, honestly. Each machine needs 10 per second. 10 per second. 10 per second. I don't know if this is gonna be enough inserter capacity to do that. I have no idea. Okay, so let's start off with this. We're gonna need some walls. That is not enough. It's 43 per second. I don't think that's enough either. No. Okay, so we're just gonna have to go ham here. Okay. That's fine. That's not enough either. So this is what we're looking at. And then we're getting into the kind of problem where, well, we need 3 full belts to cover this in terms of bricks. So how do we make a full belt of bricks? I don't think I have any of the furnaces left. I didn't save that blueprint, which might have been a mistake. Can we get this on that? Okay, we'll have to wait for this. I just want to see how nuts we can go here with modules and stuff. No rates to calculate. Okay. Because I need to apparently put some stone in there. Okay. I go and collect all of this. Can we make sure the recipe is selected? That's a bit ridiculous, but okay. Makes sense in steel, for example, smelts at a different rate. I see where you're coming from, my guy. Okay. This is very far from a full belt. And we're gonna need... Okay. Okay. So let's pretend that... no. Wish I could just click a smelting thing here. Be like, yeah, this is gonna be the... This is gonna be the thing. So legendary beacons is something we ran out of. And we have run out of it because of red circuits. And red circuits are struggling because of green circuits, I think. No, not really. This is just that it takes too long. Okay. It just takes too long for you to get your things, right? Yeah. Sounds about right. We're gonna be able to spam these a bit more. These materials should not really be any issues. $187. How much is this? 112. 104, and you needed what? 88 per second. Can we just do this maybe? I mean, pretty much. And this is 87.5. Okay, so we need 437. So basically 2 full belts, right? So 3 is 112. 4 is 150. So this is the kind of setup that we need for this. I think we'll just make 2 of these here. And then be like, yeah, kinda done with that. Okay. So we're gonna need this 1, 2, 3, 4. Here on the 4th. Do this. And we'll do that. So this should be a full belt, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll do this. We'll have 1 belt go in there and 1 belt go in here. So I'm not I'm not sure that I like this kind of thing. But I'm gonna try it for this. So now we're smelting the bricks here in the quantity that we need. This should be enough, right? Honestly, if we experiment a little bit with this... Yeah, that's exactly the same, right? Yeah, so this is slightly more. There should be a surplus here, and the bricks that we have should be enough to satisfy that. So the problem is, these setups here, they take an absolute insane amount of stone. Okay. On top of this, we're gonna need grenades. Quite decent amount of grenades too. We're gonna need grenades. This doesn't really need anything special. This is gonna go really, really quickly. This is gonna make 500 a minute. Need 6 of these. I think we'll do this. Okay. That's a lot of inputs here as well. I'm sure we're gonna solve that somehow. Okay. And then here, gonna need this, and this is significantly cheaper and easier to make than before. So even this small setup is gonna make 1300. We need 12,651. So this is gonna be enough. However, we're gonna need 2.6k of the firearm magazine as well. So this is quite simple. This is quite simple. Okay. So I think this should be what we need. Now we just need to hook this up in some reasonable kind of way. So I'm gonna say this is stone. Let's start with the stone. We're gonna need, is it 4 belts of stone? I think. I'm pretty convinced that it is. Right. This yellow science that we have here. And this. This thing. Move that over there. I don't know why we're keeping that, really. Let's remove that. This needs to go here somewhere. Okay. Perfect. Going back with this, we are also upgrading those again. Okay, so 4 belts of stone. Let's see. There we go. This needs to jump here. We have quite a way to go, right? Okay. Jumping here as well. Oh no, sorry. That's too far. That's me being stupid. Here. We're gonna need another belt here as well, right? So this is where we want the 2 belts. And then here is the other 2 belts. Gonna solve that soon. Make that look a bit better. Do that. Do this. That. Jump with that. Okay. We incorrectly calculate this or what? This should be 250. Oh, yeah, okay. You are just not able to insert this quick enough at all. We can probably just do a sweep here with legendary inserters, I think. Don't think this is enough either. Let's see once we get that speed going. Then we'll do this. So that can go in there. Okay, so grenades. You're gonna need a belt of iron. You're gonna need 2 belts of coal. So after halfway, this is 6. 1, 2, 3. So here we are swapping this, right? I don't think it actually matters which one we're getting here. Do that. So this should be iron. This should be coal. This should be coal. Okay. We need 2 coal belts. I'll fix that thing later. Just gonna run through this for now. Okay, so 2 coal belts. It's gonna be here. Then 1 iron belt. Gonna take that from here, I think. It's gonna be far run. Somewhere here, maybe. This is the iron belt. Like that. So, coal, iron, stone. Don't know how many iron plates I'll need here, but this is not gonna be a full belt. It's gonna be one of those ridiculous, like, leftover belts. Do right priority. And then I need a shared belt here. So this is iron plate. This is copper and steel. So copper and steel. Take this. Okay, well, so there we go, and then steel is gonna be on the other side of that belt. Steel is very far north. We haven't done anything with steel yet. Absolutely ridiculous amount of belts that we're doing right now. Okay, so the steel comes in here. We're gonna do classic shared belt. This setup is actually not gonna eat that much of these resources. Okay, and then we have grenades as well. So we'll go out here. We'll do that. Okay. We'll do this. Looks a little bit ridiculous, but what can you do? This here is not working. It probably needs to be the other way around here. I'm guessing. Should have swapped these belts around. Most likely. Yeah, I didn't look. It's twice the amount. Okay. We need to swap these belts around, okay. We can do... It's actually gonna be a little bit complicated here and annoying. Yeah, this is also... Like, you need to be faster, my guy. Okay. So, let's say that we are going in with coal. We're gonna have to do some ungodly switching here for now. So coal goes in there, yeah? That's fine. And then here we actually need 1, 2, 3, yeah. So this belt needs to stop there. And then I think we do this. I can go there. Whatever. Let's see if this works a little bit better. Not really. This is just not fast enough. This is just not fast enough. Let's see how much we can get to. Oh, that's not enough. This is basically only inserter speed as well. It's about 7.8k. The only way that we're solving this without doing some really fucked up shit is by doing this very fucked up shit. Yeah, you need to do that. Okay. This is very close now. This is very close. This is pretty much full. Now we need to do this. Okay, I found out something as well here. Why are you guys stuck there? That's a bit weird. Oh, whatever, dude. So, I would have liked this belt to be in here instead. So I think we do this then, right? Okay. We don't. This doesn't load full. This doesn't do the thing I want it to do. Okay, yeah, so no, we don't do this. We go back. So we go back, we do this again. Then we do this. Somewhere along the... probably here. We're gonna do a little bit of a splitteroni. We're gonna merge these belts here. Boom. And that's how that's gonna be. I think it's here, right? We'll merge that from the other side. And then change that. I think we're gonna do for all of these. We're gonna upgrade the storage to be a bit bigger. Like that. Okay. Okay, so 11k per minute. So I think this is working pretty much full time right now. Yeah. Okay. So outside of us having to switch this and do this really weird thing, I'd probably do a little bit differently next time. So I can have the output here perhaps, and then have green inserters on both sides. But that's a lesson that we can learn for next time. This should be able to fairly... this should be able to just sustain 100k, right? Or sorry, 10k science per minute. Anyway, we're starting to hook up the science again. Next time I'm gonna hook up green, red, blue, and purple, and clean this up a little bit so that we pull all the belts forward and so on. And then we can start like doing science again, at least for mining productivity. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and have a really nice day.